Some roads exist simply to connect one destination to another. Others have earned reputations so intimidating that the journey itself has become more famous than the places they lead. Across the world, a handful of roads push drivers to the very edge of their abilities. Carved into mountainsides, suspended above deep valleys, or winding through landscapes shaped by powerful natural forces, they demand complete concentration from everyone who attempts to cross them. Many of these routes were built long before modern engineering made travel safer. Their original purpose was survival, linking isolated communities that had few other ways of reaching the outside world. Even today, thousands of people continue using these roads because there is often no practical alternative. For local residents, what appears terrifying to visitors is simply part of everyday life. Our journey begins high in the Himalayas, where one of the world's most spectacular mountain highways climbs into the clouds. Connecting remote regions of northern India, the Manali Highway crosses some of the highest drivable mountain passes anywhere on Earth. Open for only a few months each year, the road remains buried beneath heavy snow throughout the long Himalayan winter. When warmer temperatures finally arrive, enormous efforts begin to clear the route before traffic can return. The scenery is breathtaking from the very first kilometers. Snow-covered peaks dominate the horizon while steep valleys and rushing rivers accompany drivers as they climb steadily toward extreme elevations. Altitude becomes one of the greatest challenges. Several sections rise well above 5,000 meters above sea level, where the thin mountain air affects both people and vehicle performance. Sharp hairpin bends demand constant attention. Around every corner, another dramatic view appears, but drivers quickly learn that even a brief distraction can have serious consequences. Guardrails are rare along many stretches of the highway. In countless places, only a narrow edge separates the road from steep drops that disappear hundreds of meters below. Weather conditions can change with astonishing speed. Clear blue skies may suddenly give way to snowfall, heavy rain, or thick mountain fog that dramatically reduces visibility. Rockfalls remain another constant hazard. Freeze and thaw cycles loosen enormous boulders from the surrounding mountains, occasionally sending them crashing onto the roadway without warning. Streams fed by melting glaciers often flow directly across the highway. During the warmest hours of the day, these crossings can deepen rapidly, forcing drivers to judge water depth before continuing. Despite these challenges, the highway offers unforgettable views at every turn. Vast mountain ranges stretch toward every horizon, creating one of the most spectacular road journeys anywhere on Earth. Small roadside settlements provide welcome opportunities for travelers to rest before continuing deeper into the Himalayas. These isolated communities depend heavily on the highway during its short operating season. The road also serves as a vital supply route, carrying food, fuel, medicine, and equipment to regions that remain inaccessible for much of the year. Its importance extends far beyond tourism. Crossing the highest passes often feels like driving above the clouds themselves. Colorful prayer flags flutter in the wind while glaciers and rugged peaks surround every direction. Yet despite all its beauty, the Himalayas are only the beginning of our journey. Some of the world's most dangerous roads cling to cliffs so steep that even experienced drivers approach them with extreme caution. Our next destination takes us to South America, where a mountain road became so infamous that it earned a name few travelers will ever forget. Hidden high within the Bolivian Andes lies a route whose reputation has echoed around the world for decades. The road ahead is narrow, dramatic, and unlike almost anywhere else on Earth. It is a place where breathtaking scenery and extraordinary danger have existed side by side for generations. High in the Bolivian Andes, one road became so notorious that it was known around the world as the Death Road. Officially called the North Yungas Road, it winds from the cool mountain city of La Paz down toward the lush tropical forests of the Yungas region. For decades, this narrow mountain route served as the primary connection between vastly different climates and isolated communities. Every vehicle, from buses and trucks to bicycles and motorcycles, was forced to navigate its unforgiving twists and turns. Much of the road was carved directly into the mountainside. Solid rock rises on one side while sheer cliffs plunge hundreds of meters into deep valleys on the other, leaving very little room for error. Heavy rain frequently transforms the roadway into a slippery ribbon of mud and loose gravel. Waterfalls cascade directly across the road, soaking the surface and reducing visibility for drivers passing beneath them. Dense mountain fog often arrives without warning. Entire sections of the road can disappear into thick clouds, making it difficult to judge corners, distances, or approaching vehicles. For many years, traffic followed unusual driving rules designed specifically for this dangerous environment. Vehicles traveling downhill often gave way to those climbing upward, allowing drivers nearest the cliff edge to better judge the narrow passing spaces. Although a newer highway has greatly reduced regular traffic, the original road remains famous around the world. Adventure cyclists now travel its dramatic descent to experience one of the most unforgettable routes ever constructed. Leaving South America behind, our journey continues to Pakistan, where one of the world's highest international highways crosses some of Earth's greatest mountain ranges. The Karakoram Highway connects Pakistan with China through landscapes of astonishing scale. Often called the eighth wonder of the world, the highway passes beneath towering peaks including several of the planet's tallest mountains. Every kilometer reveals another breathtaking panorama of glaciers, rivers, and snow-covered summits. Building the road required decades of extraordinary engineering. Thousands of workers carved pathways through some of the most challenging terrain found anywhere, overcoming landslides, freezing temperatures, and unstable mountainsides. Even today, maintaining the highway remains a constant challenge. Seasonal rockfalls, avalanches, and powerful rivers continue reshaping the surrounding landscape, requiring ongoing repairs throughout the year. Drivers are rewarded with scenery unlike almost anywhere else. Massive glaciers descend toward turquoise rivers while jagged peaks dominate every horizon, creating one of the world's most spectacular mountain drives. In some areas, the road narrows dramatically as it squeezes between steep cliffs and rushing water. Every curve demands attention, particularly where loose rocks occasionally fall from the mountains above. Small villages scattered along the route offer a glimpse into life at high altitude. Surrounded by immense mountains, these communities have adapted to one of the most rugged environments on the planet. Our next destination lies far to the north in Siberia, where danger comes not from cliffs alone but from the immense isolation of the landscape. Russia's Kolyma Highway stretches across thousands of kilometers through one of the coldest inhabited regions on Earth. Winter temperatures can fall below -50 degrees Celsius. In such extreme conditions, even a minor vehicle problem can quickly become a serious survival situation. During warmer months, melting ground creates thick mud that challenges even powerful four-wheel drive vehicles. Long stretches remain far from repair facilities, fuel stations, or reliable communications. The surrounding wilderness feels almost endless. Forests, rivers, and frozen landscapes extend toward every horizon, reminding travelers that some roads are dangerous not because of traffic, but because of the extraordinary environments through which they pass. From towering Himalayan passes to mist-covered Andean cliffs and the frozen isolation of Siberia, these remarkable roads reveal how determination and engineering have connected some of the world's most inaccessible places. Yet even these legendary routes are overshadowed by roads where cliffs become steeper, weather becomes harsher, and every journey demands absolute concentration. Our journey now leads to one of Europe's most dramatic coastal drives, where towering cliffs meet the restless waters of the North Atlantic. Norway's Atlantic Ocean Road is celebrated for its breathtaking beauty, yet the powerful weather that shapes this coastline can also make every crossing unforgettable. Rather than climbing mountains, this remarkable road leaps from island to island across a chain of elegant bridges. During calm conditions it feels almost peaceful, but when powerful Atlantic storms arrive, enormous waves crash against the roadway with astonishing force. Strong winds are among the greatest challenges here. Gusts sweeping in from the open ocean can buffet vehicles unexpectedly, while sea spray often reduces visibility during severe weather. The most famous section is the Storsesune Bridge. Its unusual design creates an optical illusion that makes the bridge appear to end suddenly in mid-air, earning it a reputation as one of the world's most photographed roads. On clear days, the surrounding scenery is spectacular. Rocky islands, deep blue water, and distant mountains combine to create one of Scandinavia's most unforgettable driving experiences. From the North Atlantic, we travel to the rugged mountains of New Zealand's South Island. The Skipper's Canyon Road is a narrow gravel route carved directly into steep rock faces during the 19th century gold rush. Originally built by hand using little more than basic tools and determination, much of the road remains remarkably unchanged. Its narrow width and countless sharp bends leave very little room for mistakes. In several places, two vehicles cannot comfortably pass one another. Drivers often rely on carefully positioned passing bays while slowly negotiating the winding mountain route. Loose gravel adds another layer of difficulty. Combined with steep drop-offs and limited visibility around blind corners, every kilometer demands steady concentration. Despite its intimidating reputation, the scenery is extraordinary. Deep river gorges, rugged cliffs, and untouched mountain landscapes reward those willing to make the careful journey. Our next destination lies in the heart of Central Asia. The Pamir Highway crosses the high plateaus of Tajikistan, weaving through one of the most remote mountain regions on Earth. At elevations exceeding 4,000 meters, drivers encounter vast open landscapes where settlements become increasingly rare. Endless valleys, snow-covered peaks, and powerful rivers dominate the surrounding scenery. Isolation is one of the highway's defining characteristics. Long distances separate fuel stations, repair services, and accommodation, making careful planning essential before beginning the journey. Weather can change rapidly across the high plateau. Bright sunshine may suddenly give way to snow, strong winds, or freezing temperatures, even during the warmer months. The road surface also varies considerably. Smooth pavement can quickly transition into rough gravel or damaged sections affected by harsh mountain conditions and seasonal weather. Wild mountain scenery stretches uninterrupted toward every horizon. The feeling of remoteness is unlike almost anywhere else, reminding travelers how vast and untamed parts of our planet remain. Leaving Central Asia, we arrive in the dramatic landscapes of Western China. The Tianmun Mountain Road is famous for its astonishing series of 99 sharp bends climbing toward one of the country's most spectacular mountain summits. Viewed from above, the road resembles a giant ribbon twisting across the mountainside. Each hairpin turn reveals another breathtaking panorama while steadily gaining elevation. As the climb continues, clouds often drift across the roadway, briefly hiding sections of the route before revealing them again moments later. The constantly changing visibility adds another layer of excitement to an already unforgettable drive. Whether crossing windswept oceans, climbing remote mountain passes, or winding through towering cliffs, these remarkable roads demonstrate both the beauty and the challenges of traveling through Earth's most dramatic landscapes. Yet the final roads on our journey are perhaps the most astonishing of all, where engineering and nature combine in ways that seem almost impossible to believe. Our next destination takes us to the heart of the French Alps, where one of Europe's highest paved mountain roads climbs through a spectacular landscape of towering peaks and alpine meadows. The Col de Liseron reaches an elevation of more than 2,700 meters, offering drivers breathtaking scenery alongside constantly changing mountain conditions. For much of the year, deep snow completely closes the pass. Only during the short summer season does the road reopen, allowing travelers to experience one of the highest drives in the Alps. The climb begins gently before the road starts winding through increasingly rugged terrain. Every switchback reveals another dramatic view as snow-covered summits gradually rise above the surrounding valleys. Even during summer, temperatures can change surprisingly quickly. Bright sunshine may suddenly give way to cold winds, heavy rain, or patches of lingering snow near the highest sections of the pass. From the Alps, our journey moves to Japan, where one mountain road has become famous for both its engineering and its breathtaking scenery. The Tateyama Alpine route climbs through the northern Japanese Alps, reaching elevations where winter snowfall creates walls of snow several stories high. During spring, enormous snow corridors line sections of the roadway. Towering white walls surround vehicles, creating the remarkable feeling of driving through a frozen canyon carved entirely from snow. The surrounding mountains remain covered in snow long after lower elevations have entered spring. Brilliant blue skies, distant peaks, and pristine alpine landscapes make the journey feel almost unreal. Our next road carries us to the rugged coastline of Western Ireland. The Ring of Kerry winds through mountains, lakes, cliffs, and narrow country roads that have challenged drivers for generations. Although not extreme by mountain standards, many sections remain surprisingly narrow. Stone walls, sharp bends, and limited visibility require careful driving, particularly when larger vehicles meet along the route. Changing Atlantic weather adds another level of unpredictability. Bright sunshine can quickly be replaced by heavy rain, coastal mist, or strong winds sweeping inland from the ocean. Fortunately, countless scenic viewpoints encourage travelers to pause and admire the surroundings. Rugged coastlines, green hills, ancient stone villages, and sparkling lakes combine to create one of Europe's most beautiful road journeys. From Ireland, we travel to South America once more. Chile's Carretera Austral stretches for more than 1,000 kilometers through Patagonia, connecting remote communities across one of the world's most spectacular wilderness regions. Large sections remain unpaved, passing glaciers, dense forests, turquoise rivers, and towering mountain ranges. The road feels less like a highway and more like an expedition through untouched nature. River crossings, changing weather, and long distances between settlements demand careful preparation. Drivers often encounter gravel surfaces, construction zones, and occasional ferry crossings that add to the adventure. Yet these same challenges preserve the route's extraordinary sense of isolation. It offers one of the rare opportunities to travel through vast landscapes where modern development remains surprisingly limited. Our final destination in this chapter lies high in the mountains of Romania. The Transfăgărășan Highway twists dramatically across the Carpathian Mountains, linking valleys through an unforgettable series of tunnels, bridges, and hairpin bends. Made famous by breathtaking aerial photography, the road appears to snake endlessly across the mountainside. Every turn offers another spectacular view of alpine lakes, rocky peaks, and deep valleys below. Because of heavy winter snowfall, much of the highway remains closed for several months each year. When it finally reopens, travelers from around the world arrive to experience one of Europe's greatest mountain drives. These remarkable roads prove that some journeys are remembered just as much as their destinations. Yet one final collection of legendary routes remains, where extreme environments, breathtaking engineering, and extraordinary landscapes combine to create drives unlike anywhere else on Earth. Our final journey takes us to one of the most legendary mountain roads ever constructed. Italy's Stelvio Pass climbs through the Alps in a breathtaking series of 48 tightly packed hairpin bends, making it one of the world's most recognizable driving routes. Viewed from above, the road resembles an enormous ribbon folded across the mountainside. Each switchback reveals another spectacular panorama as drivers steadily climb toward the summit surrounded by towering alpine peaks. The ascent demands patience and precision. Narrow corners, changing weather, cyclists, and motorcycles all share the route, creating a journey that rewards careful driving rather than speed. Reaching the summit offers unforgettable views across some of Europe's highest mountains. Snow often lingers well into summer, reminding visitors how quickly conditions can change at high altitude. Looking back across every road we've explored, one thing becomes clear. Each route was built not for adventure, but to connect people living in some of the world's most challenging landscapes. For generations, these roads have carried food, medicine, building supplies, emergency services, and families between isolated communities. What visitors often see as thrilling destinations remain essential lifelines for those who call these regions home. Modern engineering has made many of these journeys far safer than they once were. Improved tunnels, stronger bridges, protective barriers, and better weather forecasting have dramatically reduced many of the risks that earlier travelers faced. Even so, nature continues to set the rules. Heavy snowfall, landslides, flooding, earthquakes, avalanches, rockfalls, and powerful storms regularly remind engineers that these landscapes are constantly changing. Maintaining these roads is an enormous challenge. Thousands of workers spend countless hours clearing debris, repairing damaged surfaces, stabilizing cliffs, and preparing routes to reopen after severe weather. In many places, maintenance crews begin work long before sunrise. Their efforts often determine whether entire communities remain connected to the outside world. Technology has also transformed how dangerous roads are monitored. Cameras, weather stations, avalanche sensors, and satellite systems now provide early warnings that help authorities close roads before conditions become too dangerous. Despite these advances, experience remains one of the most valuable safety tools. Local drivers understand changing weather, seasonal hazards, and the unique characteristics of roads they have traveled for years. Visitors quickly learn that respect matters far more than confidence. Slowing down, checking conditions, and allowing extra time often make the difference between an enjoyable journey and a dangerous one. Perhaps that is why these roads inspire such fascination around the world. They are remarkable examples of how determination and engineering have overcome extraordinary natural obstacles. At the same time, they remind us that complete control over nature is impossible. Mountains continue to rise, rivers continue to carve valleys, glaciers continue to move, and weather continues to reshape the landscapes through which these roads pass. Every bend tells part of a larger story. Behind each tunnel, bridge, cliffside, and mountain pass are decades of engineering, countless hours of labor, and an ongoing commitment to keeping remote regions connected. For travelers, these roads offer far more than dramatic photographs. They provide unforgettable journeys through landscapes that reveal just how diverse, powerful, and beautiful our planet truly is. Some drivers seek them for the challenge. Others come simply to experience scenery that cannot be found anywhere else on Earth. Whether crossing the Himalayas, winding through the Andes, climbing the Alps, or following rugged coastlines above the sea, each route demonstrates humanity's remarkable ability to adapt to even the harshest environments without diminishing their natural beauty. The world's most dangerous roads are more than engineering achievements or thrilling adventures. They are enduring reminders that some of the greatest journeys are not measured by the distance traveled, but by the extraordinary landscapes, resilient communities, and unforgettable moments encountered along the way.